Welcome to part 3 of me updating my room. When doing some electrical work, I removed this wall heater and its dial, which created 2 large holes in my wall. In this part, I'm going to patch these holes. I had done this once before when I repaired this hole in another room to look like this, so I felt like I knew what I was doing. I measured the thickness of the wall and determined that this 3/4 inch piece of drywall should work, but after I drew my desired patch size, cut it out, chiseled the hole to fit the patch, because believe me, it's harder to make a patch the exact size of the hole, and inserted the patch, I found it was a little too thick for that wall. Oops. I decided to pivot and use this piece of wood, which actually perfectly fit the width of the large hole. I measured the rest of the dimensions, then broke out my dad's table saw to cut the board to fit both patches. And they fit great, although the board was a little too thin, so I used glue to secure some broken paint sticks to shim the patch. I secured the patch board using glue and screws, and repeated the process with the larger hole. Chiseling, shimming, gluing, screwing, and so on. I spread joint compound over both holes, let it dry, sanded down the patch to be flush with the wall, and added some texture. Once the texture was dry, it was time to paint. I'm going to be painting my whole room soon, but wanted to make this look nice for now. Finally, I could clean up this corner of my room and use my desk like normal again. The top patch turned out surprisingly well. I think it's barely noticeable. However, you can definitely still see the outline of the lower patch. I should have sanded it down more. Overall though, I'm happy with the result.